Hey guys, just wanted to share with you something which is actually quite alarming actually. I just finished operating a young patient who is just 30-year-old who has come to us with stroke. And yesterday I just operated a 34-year-old patient who again came to us with stroke. So what's happening? Stroke in young is really increasing. And I remember stroke and heart attack were generally considered as disease of the elderly. But these days we are finding a lot of young patients with stroke. This operation was just to save his life, but he is still going to live with all the disability that is acquired through the stroke. So it's really quite sad, and it's really alarming. I don't know, it's really difficult to pinpoint the exact cause as to why this thing is happening, but there are few things which I can sort of put the blame on. See, when it comes to stroke, there are two things. One is the avoidable thing and one is the unavoidable, or those things about which you cannot do anything. Mainly it includes your genetics. There is nothing that you can do about your genetics. If it's there in your genes, if you are prone to get stroke, you cannot alter it. But there are definitely a lot of factors which are in your hands. Please take care of those. At some point, what I feel is that the improvement in the quality of life in terms of economy has sort of backfired when it comes to our health. This is purely my opinion. The thing is that with improvement in the quality of life, what has happened is a lot of our previous habits have changed. Our eating habits have really gone to the dogs. It's like these days people can afford comparatively compared to the olden days. So obviously eating out has increased, or say for that matter, obviously even home delivery and all those stuff have increased. And I do not want to be controversial, but what I feel is, trust me, for any food industry, first priority is not your health. It is their business. And most of the time, if the food is really genuine and really healthy, then it's not going to be that tasty. And it's not just about taste. The trick is not just taste. With taste comes the nature of being addictive. So the food industry will not obviously think much about your health. So with the improvement in quality in terms of economy, our food habit has really changed, and we consume a lot of food that is definitely going to affect our health. Things like all the Italian pizza, pasta and whatnot, burgers and all these things, they are definitely putting in a lot of unhealthy calories. By unhealthy calories, I mean a lot of simple sugars and saturated fats. They are not at all good for your heart or brain. In addition to that, I can think of is the excessive amount of salt, that is the sodium intake, has significantly increased with all these processed foods. So this high amount of sodium actually deposits on your blood vessels and decreases the compliance of blood vessels, making you prone for all these kind of diseases, that is heart attack, stroke, etc. So you need to really keep a watch on your eating habits. We need to get back to our old-fashioned, old routine eating habits, and always prefer eating anything that is cooked at home. Not to mention, a very important thing is the refined oil. Refined oil has a very important role in all these diseases related to the blood vessels. Apart from this, the second thing, which again points to almost the same thing, which has actually a lot to do with increase in our quality of life in terms of economy, that is our physical activity. Our physical activity has significantly come down compared to how it used to be few years back. That is, these days people can afford to have a motorcycle, so that has definitely affected their walking. Previously, a lot of people used to walk a lot, and at least if not from their home till the bus stop. So that has been affected. I mean, of course, the two-wheelers make life comfortable, or say make life easy and save a lot of time. But trust me, guys, what will you do with the time if you don't have health? So what has happened is, previously there are like so many such instances, like you had to go to market and get some grocery or whatever it is. But these days all these things are done with the help of motorcycle, or as I told, walking from home till the bus stop. Even that has significantly come down, or making a lot of household works, like maybe say for example, just to give an example, pulling water from the well. Who does it these days? Nobody does. So I mean, I'm not saying that you can't use all these things, but definitely you need to give a lot of importance to physical activity. You need to concentrate on exercise and all the other, at least some of the other sort of simple physical activity, as it is said by Akshay Kumar in one of the video.
ऐसा दिन कोई नहीं हुआ है मेरी जब से मैं पैदा हुआ तब से आज तक कि ऐसा दिन कभी नहीं गया कि मैंने उगता सूरज नहीं देखा. This is all in your hands. Your health is in your hands. Your life is in your hands. आप 1 घंटा नहीं दे सकते अपने शरीर को कसरत करने के लिए. Kill yourself. Just kill yourself.
Yes, if you really can't dedicate at least some amount of time for your health, then it's not worth it. Really, it's not worth it. So maybe that is a very important aspect that we need to really consciously think about. And the other thing that I can think of is the increased amount of stress. And I may or may not be right in this aspect. I am wrong if I say that the people in the older generation didn't have stress. They did have stress. But maybe at some or the other point these days, the amount of stress has increased. The competitiveness and the requirement to be on toes has definitely increased, and that is also taking a huge toll on our health. Remember people, this rat race is important, but not at the cost of your health. I mean, as I told previously, what will you do with all the success and all the money if you don't have your health to enjoy it? So maybe that is the other important aspect that we need to concentrate on. We need to reduce stress and give more importance to our mental health. So I mean, I don't know, these are a few of the factors which I can think of, the things that have increased this incidence of stroke in young. I mean, even though this doesn't apply to the patient whom I operated now, unfortunately he's actually a manual labor, so I can't blame him saying that he's not doing his physical activities. He must be doing, but as I told you, there are some factors which are not in our hands. Maybe it's because of genetics or whatever, but guys, at least we need to be careful about things which are in our hands, and we need to improve our eating habits, our physical activity, and definitely mental health. And the other important thing is that these kind of diseases we actually don't enjoy treating. It is something sad. I mean, we know that we save his life, but the life that he is going to live is not really that great. He's going to live with that disability. So it's as a treating doctor, it's not very satisfying. So guys, take care of your health, and pray to God that we don't end up having any of these. Okay, thank you.